Good morning, everyone. Dale here from dnmservices again. It's what is it? Tuesday morning after the Labor Day long weekend here in Queensland, and it's a little bit cloudy, a bit overcast. Nice cool morning. Didn't even look at the temperature, but anyway, but it's lovely. But yeah, a bit overcast. It's been nice to see the sun out again. But anyway, I've got a job to do this morning, or it's actually quite a few days worth in this property. It's being prepared for sale. So yeah, I've had the excavator's nice and warmed up because I had a nice steep climb up a hill, up a bitumen road to get in here. And this is the property. I won't be doing too much in this section of it, but they have their access road in here. The neighbour's gotten in and taken some trees out since I was last here looking at the job. So he's taken trees down. That's his boundary up there. I might as well clear this up because this is on the customer's property. But yeah, I've got to clear. This is the access way in. I'll have to also do some excavation work to make the road suitable for people to get up here and drive into the property and have a look. As you can see, it is steep. That palm tree's going. I've got to cut in a drain and take out any overhead trees, overhead structures. So right up there where the excavator is now, you'll see there's a tree, that the boom of the excavator's in. So the tree can stay, but that overhanging branch will be mulched and brought down. I'll do some after videos as well. But yeah, this is where I'll be starting this morning, and I've got to make this area here safe because it just sort of drops off to the big edge. So I've got to stack up rocks and make sure that that little trail, nobody drives over the edge when they're coming in here. But there'll be some dead trees to take down, and once this area is cleared, I'll show you up the top. There'll be a nice view once it's cleared up. Hopefully, it's up on a hill. But that's going to be my morning. I'll show you some more videos as this job progresses. Videos and photos. Anyway, Dale from DNM, signing out for now. Have a great day. Bye. Quick job update. I've cleaned up the area where the neighbour cut down the trees and done the entry, pruned back the overhead structures that were in the way, or trees, structures. Had to shift some little irrigation pipe that the neighbour has in here. We're sitting on amongst a heap of stuff, so been a few things to get out of the way. But it started raining, so there's some hose down there that I had to move, and that's that tree that I had to trim back, push those trees back up the hill that the neighbour had cut down there on the neighbouring property, and cleaned up the stuff that he left here. Can't sort of reach much further over there because you can't see by the pictures, but angles, slopes don't sit well with the excavator when you're swinging maximum weight out over the side. But you can do what you can do, but it mulched down this stuff quite well. And again, the camera's not going to do it justice. That's quite a steep slope down there. But yeah, cleared overhead material, cut back trees and just small trees and shrubs that were over the side there, plus piles of rubbish that the neighbouring property had been putting on there. Been a bit of undergrowth there. Had to doze a few big rocks out the way. I've got to come back and definitely got to clean this up. It's not how I'm going to leave it, but it's just so I can get through. to carry my lunch with me today because my truck is a bit of a walk away. And here I am starting to go up this hill. Again, just swinging around to the right, clearing undergrowth here. And FEMAC and Yanmar working well for me again as usual. And I'm going to go up this slope. It is we've had rain and it's still raining. It's a bit slippery, but I'll get up there, clear this. This is the original road. It sort of veers off to the right there and goes up here as well, so I'll clear both ways and work out which is going to be better for the owner to use, and then I'll do a bit of bucket work, a bit of blade work once I've cleared all the vegetation, and just make a better track in there for people to come in and view the property. Anyway, there's a quick job update. I'll set you up on a tripod and show you the FEMAC in action again, and the Yanmar up a slippery slope, slippery wet slope. It's yeah, it's definitely a bit muddy. Not like terrible muddy, but enough to just make these rubber tracks slip a bit. Righto, tripod time. Hey, g'day. Just pulling up for lunch. I've levelled out. I've come up the steep part. Been having to prune, so I'll just turn everything around. So you'll see it's an odd shaped block, this one, but There's a neighbour to the right. He actually mows. I spoke to him this morning. He mows in here to keep the snakes away or at bay. And then there's another neighbour over here, so it sort of bottlenecks here. So it starts out really wide at the bottom and then bottlenecks up here. And then I've got to take down all this grass here, and there's saplings and stuff along the way. Who does a better job, eh? Is ride-on mower or my mulcher? Which one? I think he does, but mine's not meant to cut grass like a ride-on. But yeah, then it goes out really wide up here. So this will be this afternoon. After lunch, I'll just finish off this little bit here, and then I'll tidy up that little corner there, and then see. I'm going to wait for it to dry out, because from there on down is very, very slippery, quite dangerous. But I'll finish all this off today, after lunch, and then I'll get into that stuff there. That is yeah, pretty wild. There's some big grass in there, and further up the back is lantana and other crap. And then I'll just zoom in. That's the skyline there. We're up on a hill. So I'm interested to see what the view's like, because I know the neighbour has a beautiful view of Mackay. So this guy's going to have a pretty similar view, I'd say. So can't wait to show it to you. But that's yeah, his neighbour very kindly mows this. Looks like to keep snakes at bay. I've got to do along the fence line up there. It's a bit thick. Apparently there's a couple of dead trees up there. One fell down recently and smashed this guy's fence. So I'll have to deal with them as well. And I'll just show you how steep this place is. The video doesn't do it justice, but this is probably the levelest part, most level part, and I'm still on an angle. Yeah, the rain, it's still spitting rain. It's been raining all day since I got here. Just spitting back. I had to push a heap of rocks out of the way here so I could get past and mulch, but I've hit rocks in here. And there's lantana in here, and a bit of a rock garden down there. But yeah, you can see I got to go down this hill to get my lunchbox, or my esky, or my cooler, as the Americans call it. But yeah, whoa, actually, that's how steep it is. I fell down. It's wet, rocky, and steep, and I've only walked a short bit, and my excavator's there, and it's already disappearing out of sight because of the angle. So I've got to go very, very steady and get my esky, which is way down the bottom of the hill. I should have put it on the excavator, but anyway, I didn't want to shake it all up. Right, I will try to keep my thumb out of the way of the camera. I'll sign out for now. Just a quick update, but yeah, it's an interesting block, this one. Bye. I'll squat down so you can see me. This grass I'm walking into now is quite tall. Yeah, it's well and truly over my head. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I don't know what's in here, rocks, all sorts of stuff. It's apparently been a pad levelled off some time ago by a previous owner. So, don't know what I'm going to walk into here, but yeah, it could be interesting. Alright, enjoy. rocks everywhere. That was just 3, there's heaps in here. Anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, just got to go in at it as best I can and deal with the rocks. Like that one just there, and that one, and that one, and that one. Part and parcel of the game, I guess. But yeah, it is raining again. I wish it'd just go away. Lucky I got a cab to hide in. Okay, signing out for now. Going to get into it. Bye. Dale from D&M signing off. Just a bit of a progress report. So this is roughly where I started that video earlier on of this tool section. And you'll see I've cleared over the fence line. Cleared up here. It's getting steep. It's got a lot of rocks in it. And sorry for my hand over the lens. Yeah, a lot of rocks in it. So going steady. Yeah, definitely going to have some tooth damage to my mulcher. But as I said earlier in the video, lucky I didn't put my my brand new ones on for this job. I had them on the other day for just grass. But yeah, you'll see the excavator up here in amongst the tall stuff. I'm heading towards that daylight, that skylight area that I showed earlier in the video. And I'll go up the fence line as well. Started to bring that lantana down from around that tree there. Terrible stuff, that lantana. And there's heaps more in front of it. Over that way, over the side there. I'm going to be here for a couple of days. But this is, yeah, you'll see, look at the size of that rock there that I found. It's, there's my shoe. Yeah, and didn't like hitting that one. So there's heaps in the grass here. Haven't seen any snakes. I think they all run away from my my machine. But the spiders, wow, there's some spiders in this bush. But here's compared to the FEMAC. Let's see if I can't do any zooming on that with that lens. I'm using the wrong lens. Oh yeah, you'll see how tall it is. He's up there. Okay, I'll get into it again.